Okay, so in the last lecture, we have discussed the insulated fin at the tip. Okay, the fin is insulated at the tip. So that condition, we have started a discussion on that condition, and we concluded in the last lecture with the temperature distribution equation. Okay, with the temperature distribution equation. And in the last lecture, we get this particular equation, that is nothing but theta divided by theta naught is equal to T minus Ta divided by T naught minus Ta is equal to cos hyperbolic of m into bracket L minus x bracket complete, square bracket complete, divided by cos hyperbolic of m multiply by x L. Okay, inside the bracket m multiply by L. Okay, so this is the temperature distribution equation. Now we have to determine the heat transfer rate. Okay, so for that reason we have considered that the heat entered in the fin from the base, that much amount of heat will be transferred by the fin to the environment. Okay, so by considering that, we have to find out the heat entering inside the fin from the base of the fin. Okay, so for that reason we have to consider the Fourier's law, that heat transfer at the base of the fin will be considered as the conduction heat transfer. So we need to consider the Fourier's law at the base of a fin. So condition for the base of fin is x is equal to 0. So for that reason we have considered Q fin, that is heat transferred by the fin, equal to minus k multiplied by a suffix cs multiplied by dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0. At x is equal to 0. So that equation we need to consider for a Fourier's law. And here in this particular equation, k is nothing but the thermal conductivity of fin, a suffix cs is the cross section area of a fin, dt divided by dx is the temperature gradient, and we have to determine this temperature gradient at x is equal to 0. That is nothing but at the base of a fin. To determine this temperature gradient or differentiation of a t with respect to x, we have to consider once again the temperature distribution equation. We have to consider once again the temperature distribution equation. So our temperature distribution equation is T minus Ta divided by T naught minus Ta, which is equal to cos hyperbolic of inside the bracket m into bracket L minus x divided by cos hyperbolic of m multiplied by L. Okay, so if you transfer the denominator from the left hand side to the right hand side, it will be the multiply of the bracket. So we'll get T minus Ta. T minus Ta is equal to T naught minus Ta cos hyperbolic of m inside the bracket L minus x divided by cos hyperbolic of inside bracket m multiplied by L. Okay, so if you differentiate this equation, then the differentiation of t will be dt divided by dx, and differentiation of t suffix a will be 0. So we'll get dt divided by dx. Now here T naught minus Ta is once again a constant. We have to keep this constant as it is. Okay, now denominator side cos hyperbolic of ml. Okay, here no t term or x term is present in this particular denominator side, so that reason it will be once again a constant. So we have to consider this cos hyperbolic of m multiplied by L as a constant. Okay, now remaining part is the numerator side of this particular fraction, that is nothing but cos hyperbolic of m into bracket L minus x. So here in this numerator side, x is the variable, so we have to differentiate this numerator with respect to x. Okay, so cos hyperbolic, differentiation of a cos hyperbolic is nothing but a sine hyperbolic. Okay, so cos hyperbolic of m minus m into bracket L minus x will be sine hyperbolic of m multiplied by L minus x. Okay, and we know that if the degree having if sine value is having constant, then we have to multiply with that constant. Okay, so once again we have to take the differentiation of a bracket. Okay, differentiation of a bracket. So for that reason we have to multiply m inside the bracket, so that will be m multiplied by L minus m multiplied by x. Okay, and once again we have to take the differentiation of this particular bracket. So m multiplied by L, differentiation of m multiplied by L, m and L both are constant, so differentiation of m multiplied by L with respect to x will be 0, and differentiation of m multiplied by x, okay, minus m multiplied by x, that will be minus m. and that we have written over here. Okay, that we have written over here. So differentiation of a cos hyperbolic m into bracket L minus x is sine hyperbolic m into bracket L minus x multiply by minus m, and the cos hyperbolic term will be written as same as it is because it is a constant. So denominator will be as it is. We did not change anything in that. Okay, so in that case, now we require this dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0. Okay, we require this dt divided by dx or differentiation of a t with respect to x at x is equal to 0. So for that reason, we have considered this dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0. Okay, so in the equation, wherever there is a x term, we have to replace that x term with a 0. Okay, so t naught minus ta will be as it is. So here in sine hyperbolic term, so x term is there. So here L minus x is there. So instead of x, we are going to put up 0. Okay, so our term will be sine hyperbolic of m inside the bracket L minus 0 multiply by minus m divided by cos hyperbolic of m multiply by L as it is. Okay, so we will get the equation as dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0 is equal to t naught minus ta multiply by sine hyperbolic of m multiply by L whole multiply by minus m divided by cos hyperbolic of m multiply by m. Okay, so now here sine hyperbolic ml divided by cos hyperbolic ml, sine divided by cos, that is nothing but tan. So we have replaced this sine and divided by cos by tan ml. Okay, so we'll get the dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0 is equal to t naught minus ta multiply by tan hyperbolic of m multiply by L whole multiply by minus m. Okay, so that will be the value we are getting for dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0. Replace this value or this equation in the Fourier's equation. Okay, so our Fourier's equation is q fin is equal to minus k multiply by a suffix cs multiply by dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0. So instead of dt divided by dx, we are going to put up this particular equation. So we will get the q fin. We'll get the q fin as q fin is equal to minus k multiply by a suffix cs multiply by t naught minus ta multiply by tan hyperbolic of m multiply by L multiply by minus m. Okay, we'll get this equation. Now this minus sign and this minus sign will be converted into a plus. Okay, so we'll get the equation as k multiply by a suffix cs, that is nothing but cross section area, multiply by t naught minus ta multiply by tan hyperbolic of ml multiply by m. And we know the value of m or the equation for m as under root of p multiply by h divided by k multiply by acs, where p is the perimeter of the fin and h is the heat transfer coefficient, k is the area, and a suffix cs is the cross section area. Okay, so q fin we will get as k multiply by a suffix cs multiply by t naught minus ta multiply by tan hyperbolic of m multiply by L multiply by square root p multiply by h divided by k multiply by a suffix cs. Okay, getting everyone? Now square root a suffix cs and without square root is k suffix acs. Okay, without square root k multiply by a suffix cs and with square root k multiply by a suffix cs. So one square root will be cancelled and we'll get this k multiply by a suffix cs in the square root. So we'll get the equation as q fin is equal to under root of p multiply by h multiply by k multiply by a suffix cs under root complete whole multiply by tan hyperbolic of ml multiply by t naught minus ta. So that will be the heat transfer equation for the insulated fin. That will be the heat transfer equation for the insulated fin at its tip. Okay, insulated fin at its tip. Okay, getting everyone? Is there any question, any doubt? So write down temperature distribution equation. Now here heat transfer rate. Okay, heat transfer rate. Write down everyone. Heat transfer rate. Heat transfer rate. heat transfer rate. Heat transfer rate will be given as Q fin equal to minus K multiply by A suffix CS multiply by dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0. Now once again consider the temperature distribution equation. Temperature distribution equation that is T minus TA divided by T naught minus TA divided by T naught minus TA is equal to cos hyperbolic in square bracket m multiply by in bracket L minus x multiply by in bracket L minus x multiply by L minus x whole divided by cos hyperbolic of m multiply by L whole divided by cos hyperbolic of m multiply by L. So transfer the denominator T naught minus TA to another side. So we will get the equation as T minus TA is equal to T naught minus TA multiply by cos hyperbolic of inside the bracket m into bracket L minus x divided by cos hyperbolic of m multiply by L. Okay, now take differentiation of this particular equation. After taking the differentiation, we'll get dt divided by dx is equal to T naught minus TA inside bracket dt divided by dx is equal to T naught minus TA multiply by in the differentiation of sine hyperbolic, differentiation of cos hyperbolic is sine hyperbolic of bracket m multiply by L minus x and once again we have to take the bracket differentiation of m multiply by inside bracket L minus x. So m multiply by L differentiation will be 0 and minus m multiply by x differentiation will be minus m. Okay, so sine hyperbolic of inside bracket m in bracket L minus x bracket complete square bracket complete multiply by minus m divided by cos hyperbolic of m multiply by L Okay, then we have to take this particular gradient, temperature gradient at x is equal to 0 or differentiation at x is equal to 0. So we have to replace x by 0 in the equation. So consider, write down dt divided by dx, dt divided by dx, dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0, dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0 will be equal to t naught minus ta, t naught minus ta inside, t naught minus ta inside the bracket, multiply by sine hyperbolic of, multiply by sine hyperbolic of inside square bracket m multiply by l minus 0 bracket complete, square bracket complete, multiply by minus m whole divided by cos hyperbolic of ml, whole divided by cos hyperbolic of ml. Okay, so we'll get the equation for dt divided by dx as at x is equal to 0, which is equal to t naught minus ta multiply by sine hyperbolic of ml multiply by minus m whole divided by cos hyperbolic of ml. Okay, and then convert sine divided by cos as tan. Okay, so dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0 equal to t naught minus ta, equal to t naught minus ta multiply by tan hyperbolic of, multiply by tan hyperbolic of multiply by tan hyperbolic of ml, tan hyperbolic of ml multiply by minus m, multiply by minus m. Okay, now we have to put up this equation in a Fourier equation. So after putting dt divided by dx at x is equal to 0 in a Fourier equation, we will get q fin, we'll get q fin as minus k multiply by a suffix cs multiply by t naught minus ta multiply by tan hyperbolic of ml, tan hyperbolic of ml multiply by minus m, multiply by minus m, multiply by minus m. Okay, so minus minus sign will convert it minus k and here minus m, so minus minus will convert it into a plus. So we'll get the equation for the q fin as q fin is equal to k multiply by a suffix cs multiply by t naught minus ta multiply by tan hyperbolic of ml multiply by m. Okay, now here we have to put q m value, when m we know that under root of p multiply by h divided by k multiply by acs. Okay, so just put up this particular value of m and we will get the equation for the q fin. And final equation will be q fin is equal to, final equation will be q fin is equal to under root of p multiply by h multiply by K multiply by ACS multiply by tan hyperbolic of ML multiply by T naught minus Tn. Multiply by T naught minus Tn. Okay, so that will be the heat transfer equation for the infinite long fin. Heat transfer equation for the infinite long fin. Okay, now we will take one problem on this particular point, on this particular case. Write down the problem statement. Problem number 2. Problem number 2. Problem number 2. Find out the amount of heat transferred. Find out the amount of heat transferred. Find out the amount of heat transfer through an iron fin 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 of length 50 mm, of length 50 mm, width 100 mm, and thickness 5 mm, assume K is equal to 210 watt per meter degree Celsius. Watt per meter degree Celsius. Watt per meter degree Celsius. And H is equal to Mori sir, and H is equal to 42 watt per meter square degree Celsius. H is equal to 42 watt per meter square degree Celsius for the material of a fin. And the temperature at the base of fin as and the temperature at the base of fin as and the temperature at the base of fin as 80 degrees Celsius. 80 degrees Celsius. Also determine the temperature at the tip of fin. Also determine the temperature at the tip of fin when atmospheric temperature 20 degrees Celsius. When atmospheric temperature 20 degrees Celsius. Okay. So this is the problem statement. So we have to consider the given data. Length of fin is provided length 50 mm. So capital L is equal to 50 mm, which is equal to 0.05. Width is provided. Width means in our nomenclature for the width we have provided the B nomenclature. So B is equal to 100 mm, which is equal to 0.1 meter. And the thickness, for the thickness of fin we have provided the Y nomenclature. So that Y is equal to 5 mm, which is equal to 0.005 meter. Then thermal conductivity K of fin is provided. So K is equal to 210 watt per meter degree Celsius. And heat transfer coefficient from the surface, it is provided as a 42 watt per meter square degree Celsius. So H is equal to 42 watt per meter square degree Celsius. Then the temperature at the base of a fin is 80 degrees Celsius. So temperature at the base of fin for that particular nomenclature we have provided as a T naught, which is equal to 80 degrees Celsius, and the surrounding ambient temperature for that we have provided the nomenclature as TA, which is equal to 20 degrees Celsius. Okay. So solution, by considering what are the outcomes or what we need to find out, by considering that particular outcome we have to consider the solution. Okay. So we have to find out the heat transfer through an iron fin. So for that purpose we have to use this particular formula. Okay. Heat transfer through iron fin. So in that particular formula, H is given, K is given. Okay. P we need to calculate. P is nothing but perimeter, and perimeter formula we know that 2 into multiply by B plus 2 into bracket B plus Y is the perimeter formula. And then cross section area we need to find out, that is cross section area of a fin is B multiplied by Y, that is width multiplied by thickness. Okay. And hyperbolic of M, we need to find out M value. M is nothing but under root of H multiplied by P divided by K multiplied by ACS. Okay. And other values T naught, TA, H, K, these are the given quantities. So those values we required in this formula that we have to determine initially. Okay. So first is P, perimeter, we need to find out the P. Okay. P is equal to 2 multiplied by B plus Y. Okay. Width multiplied by thickness. So width is 100 mm, which is equal to 0.1, and thickness is 5 mm, that is 0.005. So 2 multiplied by inside bracket 0.1 plus 0.005, which will give you value of 0.21 meter. Okay. Perimeter is 0.21 meter. Then cross section area. Cross section area, calculate cross section area. Cross section area for the fin. This is the rectangular fin, so that the cross section area for the rectangular fin is width multiplied by thickness. So width is B and thickness is Y. So width is 0.1 and thickness is 0.005, which will provide you the cross section area of 0.0005 meter square. Okay. Next unknown quantity is M. M we have to find out. M value we can determine from the equation square root of P multiplied by H divided by K multiplied by ACS. Put up the values, find out M, and finally calculate the Q fin. Okay, finally calculate the Q fin. Please let me know your answer in the chat box. Okay, so M is equal to 0.20 under root of 0.21. Perimeter we are getting 0.21. H value is 42 watt per meter square degree Celsius, and K is 210 watt per meter degree Celsius, and a cross section area we have calculated at 0.005. Put up this all the values in a square root and find out M, and once you find out M, then you can easily determine Q fin, that is heat transferred by the fin. Okay, so calculate everyone, and please let me know your answer in the chat box. Please let me know your answer in the chat box. Q fin. Okay. M is 9.164. That is right. And heat transfer rate Q fin. Calculate. Sachin, calculate Q fin. You know the formula, Q fin formula. Just we have derived that formula. Use that formula and calculate Q fin. Heat transfer by the fin. So while using that formula, you have to consider the tan hyperbolic. Okay. So in calculator also you consider the tan hyperbolic. Okay. Tan hyperbolic. Keep your calci with you while attending the heat transfer lecture and do the calculation for tan hyperbolic of Mn. 20. Sachin is saying 24.75. Whether others are getting the same answer, please let me know in the chat box. Okay. Pranay also getting 24.74. Okay, that is the right answer. Okay. So if you consider the equation, Q fin is equal to under root of P multiplied by H multiplied by K multiplied by A suffix CS multiplied by tan hyperbolic of M inside bracket M multiplied by L multiplied by T naught minus TA. So put up all the values in the equation. Put up all the values in the equation and you will get Q fin is equal to 24.75 watt per meter degree Celsius. Okay, so it's a heat transfer. So its unit is watt only. Okay, Q fin is watt only. So you'll get this answer. Now we have to determine. Next question is to determine the temperature at the tip of fin. Okay, temperature at the tip of fin. So length we know, we can put up the length also and we can determine that. But tip of the fin means what? At x is equal to L, we have to determine the temperature. So temperature, to determine the temperature, we require the temperature distribution equation. Okay. And for that reason, we have to consider the temperature distribution equation for that particular case. So in this case, the temperature distribution is, equation is T minus TA divided by T naught minus TA, which is equal to cos hyperbolic of M inside bracket L minus X whole divided by cos hyperbolic of M multiplied by L. So tip, where is situated tip? Tip is situated at a distance of a L meter. Means at the end of the fin, the tip is situated. So we can consider X is equal to L in that particular equation, temperature distribution equation. Put up all the values and consider X is equal to L, then we will get the answer. Okay. So we know that T minus TA, we have to find out this variable T. Okay. TA is provided to you, and T naught is also provided to you. So put up the values. T minus 20 divided by 80 minus 20, which is equal to cos hyperbolic of m inside bracket L minus L, because location of a tip is at a distance of a L from the base of a fin. Okay, at the end point that particular tip will be situated. Okay, so L minus L divided by cos hyperbolic of ml. Okay, so this particular cos hyperbolic 0 we are getting, and cos hyperbolic of 0 is 1. Okay, cos hyperbolic of 0 is 1. So we'll get the equation T minus 20 divided by 80 minus 20 is 60, which is equal to 1 upon cos hyperbolic of ml. 1 upon cos hyperbolic of ml. Just put up the values of m and L and determine the temperature at the tip of fin, and determine the temperature at the tip of fin. Okay, so please let me know your value, T value. That T will be in a degree Celsius. Please let me know your T value, temperature at the tip of fin. What is the value of T? Please let me know the value. Okay, 74.21. Okay, 74.21. Okay, so no problem. If you have solved this particular problem, we'll stop here as the net issue in the college. We'll stop here if you solve this particular problem. And the third case about the finite length and losing heat from its end by convection, we will discuss in the tomorrow's lecture. And the further part also, I think tomorrow we have 2 lectures, so I think it will possible to cover up this particular chapter in the tomorrow's lecture only. Okay, so if you have any doubt, any question, you can ask, as the screen is not visible for you at this moment because the internet issue. So we'll stop here, and we'll discuss the next lecture, next case in the next lecture. Okay, is there any question, any doubt, whether you understood this case, and whether you understood this particular problem? If yes, if you don't have any doubt, then you can put up your roll numbers in the chat box. Okay, thank you. Remaining students, please put up your roll numbers in the chat box and you can leave.